We're not gonna... Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start again. Welcome to the first ever Amateur Film Podcast brought to you by Camera Child, the award-winning filmmakers. I'm Dwight Rawson.
I'm Cody Murray.
And, so this is going to be a either weekly or bi-weekly or tri-weekly podcast. We'll hopefully try and get one out every week. At least every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of just talking about tech and film and just what's on our mind about stuff. But it'll be, it's a film-based podcast for amateur filmmakers like us. So I kind of want to do kind of segment-based things. Nothing's really scripted or anything, just see how it goes, kind of conversational. Probably do something like a tech segment, maybe a review segment. And then, yeah. What do you want? What do you want from the Amateur Film Podcast, Cody?
I think you've basically covered everything. Just talk about tech, film, review things, and basically anything that's on our minds.
Cool. Is there any segments that you would like to have in the podcast?
Definitely a tech one.
Yeah, because you're a tech guy. We're probably not going to be all like, ooh, Cody. So let's just introduce ourselves. Cody, go first.
So, Cody. I produce the work on Camera Child as well as act, do stunts, and am practicing and doing VFX at the moment.
Yeah, so he's definitely a big help with VFX because I hate VFX. But, we're kind of learning together and hopefully he can become a full-time for Camera Child. Full-time. Camera Child's not going to be full-time. But, he's the number one VFX artist. You never thought you'd be an artist, did you, Cody?
No, I'm not creative at all.
Nah, yeah, he is. But, so I'm Dwight Rawson. I'm a filmmaker. I'm the director, producer, editor, cinematographer, writer. I don't know, I just like to do it all because it needs to be done properly. Like, it has taken me a long time to, trust Cody with stuff because it needs to be done well and good.
Yeah, kind of.
Just don't go back and watch our, first films because... But you got to start somewhere. Yeah. So I'm studying film at a film school, kind of media arts film side of it, and you'll soon get to know how much I love that so much. What are you studying, Cody?
So I'm doing a Bachelor of IT at the same school as Dwight. So I'm mostly looking into programming and databases, that kind of thing. But I'm really enjoying doing film with Dwight, and I could definitely see continuing this with Dwight and pursuing Camera Child as full-time work.
Life goals. We're talking about life goals now, are we? Okay, life goals. I don't want to work for someone. I want to work for myself. And I want to make film and films and stuff. That's not going to happen for a while. I could go viral, though. Yeah. Thumbs it up, subscribe, go viral. Then I won't have to work for anyone except for myself. But, no, I'd like to do, wedding cinematography. The ultimate goal is, big Hollywood director. But let's be realistic. One day.
Well, yep.
I'll just be that annoying, New Zealand filmmaker who applies all the time for funding and never gets it. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So let's get into our first segment. What are we going to talk? Tech first?
Tech first, yep.
So, funny story. I go to film school, and funny story, I like DSLRs. Film schools, well, at least the one that I go to, I don't know if it's different to anyone else, but they don't like DSLRs. They're all, production-style cameras. And we're kind of using these outdated, old cameras. Don't hate me for saying this if you're watching. But I don't enjoy using those cameras, mostly just because they probably once were the industry standard cameras to use for like TV kind of. Oh, my goodness, sorry about that. They probably once were industry standard, but not anymore. And they're like, oh, this expensive camera is $20,000. They're not. Anyway, they like DSLRs, and
they don't like DSLRs.
They don't like DSLRs. I like DSLRs, and they don't.
They hate them.
They hate them like with a passion. Like the cameras we're using don't even have interchangeable lenses or anything. Not even high, not even 1080p. But let's
and have like ridiculously not shallow depth of field.
Yeah, let's not get into my.
You don't have.
Let's not rant.
Yeah, that's not.
Dwight, you might want to just tell me not to rant.
Okay.
Where was I?
Yes.
So kind of it was hard for me the first couple of weeks because we were talking about these cameras and introducing them, and I was asking questions based towards like how they work in relation to DSLRs, and I was like, oh, so ISO and stuff like that, and I just kind of, I didn't enjoy it. And then I'm like, oh, what about? And then someone in my class started talking about Reds, and the tutors and the technicians were like, yeah, Reds are great cameras. And then I was kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, isn't a Red just a DSLR with a bigger brain?
Yes. Exactly.
And then this week, or last week, or whatever, a week ago or so, Red, with its new update, has got pretty much, it's a DSLR, but a video-based DSLR. It's not a DSLR it takes stills. So it's technically a DSLR now.
It functions exactly the same as a DSLR now, as like an A7S, in the fact that it's got interchangeable lenses and does photos and video.
It's a
What's a
video
DSLR?
camera that does stills instead of a stills camera that does video. But technically, a DSLR is a digital single lens reflex camera. So if you take out the D, it's a single lens reflex. And any film camera that has interchangeable lenses, that is like one lens, isn't that technically a SLR? Mm-hmm. So if you put a Red as does a DSLR have to take photos? Is that in the definition?
I don't actually think so.
I don't think so either,
but yeah, it's just funny that
it's not alcohol. Don't drink and film, guys. Okay, sorry.
So it was funny that that the tutors were complaining about DSLRs like the A7S and the 5D, when the camera that they adore is in fact a DSLR. It's just funny that
I think I even said, "Oh, it's pretty much a DSLR," and one of the tutors was like, well, no, Dwight, it's actually quite different." I'm like, okay, good for you.
Yeah.
So basically, in version 6.0.23 firmware update, it basically has I think there's 3 functions as to how it works. We'll put a link to a video that explains it in the doobly-doo. In my pants. Well, that's where it's down in my pants. Okay.
Alright, man.
So I'll put a link to it, and it's basically the way that people have used Reds as for photos as well, as they've been filmed at a highest resolution possible, so like 6 or 4K, and then they will just set the settings to appropriate so that they don't get as much blur and stuff.
They change the shutter speed.
Yeah, change the shutter speed so that they can take individual frames out. But so they've got one in the new update. They've got one setting for stills where you push the shutter button and it marks a frame, so it'll give you a mark in the file, I think. So you can go and pull out that one frame a lot easier without having to go through and find them. So as you're filming live, you can go click, and it films. And then they've got another one, which is you hold down the button to record, and you push it, and it takes a still at 6K, I think think it's 6.
Yeah.
6K. And then they've got a full DSLR mode, and on the little side handle there's like a button, a chick button, which just goes from moving images to stills, and it's click. Works exactly the same as a DSLR does. It's not really a DSLR. It's not as efficient as a 5D Mark III or 4 or R or S. 5DS, is that what it's called? The new one?
5DS and 5DR.
Yeah, it's not equivalent. It's not the equivalent of that. It's more like a video camera with a photo, rather than a photo camera with video. What else? Do you have anything to say about the Reds? Does it excite you? Do you want a Red?
Who doesn't want a Red, really?
I want a Red.
But
Hey, Red. We're promoting you. Free camera, please. Sponsor? No. This podcast is in no way or form sponsored by Red Camera. Is that what's called? Red Camera? Cameras? I just want one.
know.
I just want one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll hire one day.
Definitely.
Yeah, of course I will. Next film.
No. No.
All right. Okay. I'm happy with my A7S.
Yeah. And 5D.
Yeah, and my 5D. Oh yeah, do you want to buy a 5D? For sale. Good price.
Cool. So we'll move on.
Yeah, you don't have any last nuggets of goodness about...
No, I don't really have anything much to say about it. A lot of other features came in that update. Definitely way too many to name, to list off. Because seriously, there's like 30, 40 feature updates and fixes. So
the only one I cared about was DSLRs.
The only stills is
now
actually pretty big.
So now I'm going to go and I'm going to be like, hey tutor and technicians, do you like Reds? Yes I do. Do you like DSLRs? No, I don't.
Then
you don't like Reds then? Wait, yes I do. Like, well, a Red is a DSLR. I'm a dick sometimes, but you know,
all the time.
Okay, what's our next segment?
Okay.
What's the name of this segment?
We do
a review,
kind of a review, but not really.
Yeah,
a review.
it's a review. It's just not a
trailer
film.
review.
Trailer review. Trailer.
Yeah.
Review.
So the trailer we're going to review is The Martian. Now, I haven't read the book, but Dwight has.
So good. So good.
And he really loves it.
So
So we're
good.
going to watch the trailer, and
This isn't the first time we've seen it.
no, this is the probably like the 4th or 5th time I've seen it.
Yeah, probably this. Yeah, third or fourth.
But yeah, we're just going to talk about what we think of it as we go through it, and we'll just do a little quick talk about it at the end of the trailer. Cool.
Okay, we should probably talk while we commentate.
That's
Are we
what I
going to put
just
this
said.
up like on a little...
Yes.
We are? We can't do that. It's doing.
That's not. We can do that.
We can't. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Play it.
Every human being has a basic instinct to help each other
I don't
out.
know where it's set in the future,
If a hiker
but
gets lost
it is a
in the
little bit.
mountains,
Yeah.
people coordinate a search. If an earthquake levels the city, people all over the world send emergency supplies.
I don't know why they chose this piece of dialogue, but it's... You're going to watch the movie and be like... This line, bro.
I'm gonna be real interested to see how Kristen Wiig does in a serious role. Like
Yeah, I think
she's
she'll
a
do
really
well.
like ridiculous, funny as comedy actor. So to see her in
is it
something
Kristen
serious,
Wiig?
yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I could be wrong.
Yeah. We should have fact-checked this. We should have done it.
Yeah.
I don't like that character.
Yeah.
That casting. Oh, I don't mind him as an actor, but... After reading the book.
I'm entering this lodge for
So
the record.
good.
Yeah.
This is Mark Watney, and I'm still alive. Obviously.
You see that roll in his stomach?
I have no way to contact
Yeah.
NASA
That doesn't look like fun.
or my crewmates.
That's how it starts.
Even if I could,
Okay.
it would take 4 years for another manned mission.
I'm not going to spoil it, don't worry.
And I'm in a happy map designed to last 31 days. So, in the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option.
They've done a really good job with the
Science
sets, though.
shit out of this.
Yeah. This is such a spoilerific. Oh, it's not really so bad.
I gotta figure out how to grow 4 years worth of food here on a planet where nothing grows. But if I can't figure out a way to make contact with NASA, none of this matters anyway.
I'm not sure about the EVA suits though. They're a little. It's a little bit.
Yeah. Well, to me, this is interesting. Like, he can send a whole bunch of pictures, but why not send like a text message?
In your face, Neil.
You have to wait and see.
But okay.
You have to wait and see. I can't do that for you.
This is something
Yeah.
NASA rejected.
Okay.
So we're talking mutiny.
That's not Kristen Wiig.
NASA, the supply
Not
rendezvous,
no.
do
I'll
not.
show you the
Oh.
one.
Earth gravity
Is she?
assist.
What's her name?
She's the girl from SNL. And
She's back on Earth.
MacGruber.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
who she is. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
she is. In the book, I know which character she is.
It's space. It doesn't cooperate.
That doesn't happen.
That duct tape didn't make sense to me. It would just like rip it off, wouldn't it?
Everything's
No.
gonna go south on you.
Mars isn't super.
Vacuuming.
And you're gonna say this
No.
is it. This is how I end.
Is it possible that he's still alive?
Yeah. So Cody.
Yep. Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, it is Kristen Wiig. I was just trying to figure out which character she was,
Oh, okay. Yep.
not which person she was.
Commander.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Cody?
It
From
looks-
someone who hasn't heard the book, doesn't know it much.
I really want to see it.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It is.
It looks, because I'm quite into the sciencey
You need to read the book.
of.
You need
like,
to read the book.
I like it because I really enjoyed Castaway. I really enjoyed 127 Hours. Kind
It's
of,
not-
yeah, but like I kind of like the idea of like a character is isolated and they're trying to survive. I really enjoy that kind of movie. That's
Just
why
the amount of depth that a character can get developed just from being by itself. But from the looks of the trailer, if they stick to the book, then there should be a big chunk at the beginning where it's just him by himself.
Yeah.
And I want that to happen, but the way that movies work, I doubt that it will, because they're going to have to cut something. They're not going to be able to fit.
Yeah.
It's like 10 hours. I read it on audiobook. I read it but the audiobook was so good, so good. All the voices were like perfect. Voice acting was really good. But yeah, I want that to happen, but I'm not sure if it will.
It's interesting seeing Matt Damon in this role after seeing Interstellar. His character on there.
Was he in Interstellar?
He was on
Oh
Interstellar,
yeah, he is.
and he was the guy that tried to kill them all. and
Yeah,
escaped.
I'm actually really,
It's really interesting to see him in basically like the same role as an isolated character. I wonder if they cast him before that or
true.
after that.
Yeah,
but-
I didn't think about that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Interstellar though.
I liked it visually.
Well, yeah,
amazing.
it looked
It was
good.
Interstellar was good
What?
up until
Yeah,
up
up
until
until-
like kind of the end.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually really, really happy with Matt Damon being.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have cast a better person.
I can't at the
Maybe
moment.
Mark Wahlberg. Nah, but the only thing I don't like about his casting is he's too good looking for the
Okay.
character.
At the moment, I can't think of anyone better, but that's because I haven't put much thought into it. But yeah, definitely good choice in casting throughout. It'll be really interesting to see Kristen Wiig
And I feel
play that role.
after reading the book, yeah, it's quite spoilerific. But only because I've seen it. If I hadn't seen it, I would still go to that movie. But there's still a lot of stuff in the third act that they didn't have in there. There's a few bits of things that was coming from the third act, like the last third of the movie, like the conclusion. You know that you're watching a film podcast. Anyway, but yeah, I'm really excited for this movie. Yeah, it does seem like a lot of things got spoiled, but you just have to understand, book readers. I think I've come to grips with the idea that viewers don't know what they want. they want everything that was in the book to be in the movie, but that doesn't work as a movie.
Yeah.
You have to cut stuff, and it can't be the book remade.
Yeah, that's like...
it's the director's job to make it... It's still the same story, even if this little thing didn't happen. There's always going to be things that I'm probably going to go home after watching the movie, whenever it's out, and be like, no, they should have put this in. But you just have to understand that it's the director's job to choose what you want. And viewers do not know what they want. Because if everything got put in, you'd probably be like, oh, that was boring, or oh, that was 6 hours long.
Yeah. Like, based on the trailer, how much of the good stuff, the attention to detail, what do you think? How do you think that's going to be in the movie?
The only thing is, like, with the photos that get sent back to NASA, that is going to... When I read the book, you don't realize that that's what he's doing until you almost get there.
Okay.
He almost does that without you even knowing, because it's the book is done on like log entry, like he's writing down a log entry, and he doesn't mention that in his log entry. But the people on Earth who are watching him via satellite, he doesn't know that people are watching him via satellite. They figure it out as you figure it out while you're reading, and that was one of the things which is it's gonna take that surprise out, and I like that surprise. I was like, oh, yes, that's what when I was reading. Yeah. Yeah,
From what you saw,
I don't think it doesn't super, like the growing plants and stuff is a bit of a spoiler, but it doesn't.
Did they add anything in that trailer that wasn't in the book? Or did anything seem over-dramatized, or...
They've changed things.
Yeah. Like,
the photos seem a little bit changed. There wasn't any shots of the rover, so that's something that's not going to... that I just spoiled for you.
Oh, man.
Not really. But no, there's just so much detail in the book. They can't possibly put it in the trailer. But I don't know how... It's good. Yeah. I think the EVA suits are a little bit OP.
How do you mean?
Like, he's moving around. He can, like, move his head and his body. I feel like it... I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But I feel like the EVA suits might be a little bit further on than what the books say they are.
Yeah, okay.
The EVA, yeah. But...
What, like the way he can move around accurate. And stuff, he's like...
Yeah, but he does... Because in the book, he does complain about, like, doing heavy labor in EVA suits. Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, no, I think it's not too bad. If you haven't read the books, it's not spoiler. If you've read the books, you're like, oh, that's dumb. But I think it'll be fine. If you've read the books and you watch the trailer, as soon as it starts, you're like... But I'm not going to say any more, because otherwise I'll be spoiling.
Okay.
Yes. What else are we going to talk about? Yeah, they're so good.
Visually, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm interested to know whether... Because I haven't been looking at any of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Because I kind of would like to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
But you could go and have a look at the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, there's behind-the-scenes stuff?
I don't know if there is or not, but I haven't looked into it.
Yeah.
But I want to know, like, did they film in a desert, or did they do it all CGI?
Hopefully they did it practical.
Because it looked pretty cool. And
it looks like it's gonna look cool.
What camera did they shoot it on?
I don't know, man. Probably an Ari. Probably an Ari. That's going to be that's probably one of those things that you're going to hear a lot in this podcast. Probably an Ari. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I want to watch it. When is it out?
Let's have a look.
Late this year? It must be soon. Oh, I hope it's soon.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It is on October the 2nd.
Oh!
So in like just over a month.
Ooh, yeah.
Definitely going.
I'm excited for that.
Alright. I'm going to that.
I'm going to it.
Who's
so in like 2 months or a month and a half, we will have a Martian review, and I'll try and we'll get that one out.
We'll get that one done
We'll
as
get
fast
one
as
out
we can.
as soon as we'll come home and do the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good. Late night podcast.
Yay!
That'll be...
But we're in New Zealand, so we kind of get it first, right?
This is the USA.
Oh,
No.
We should get
Where's New
it.
Zealand? Oh, New Zealand. On the first!
Yes! We got it before you! Why am I...
First in the world.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm
Yeah,
really excited.
hopefully it's done practically. I don't really care as long as it looks good. But I don't like CGI. I don't want to be a filmmaker who's like, hello, actor, wear this green suit.
Like Avatar.
Hey, actor, here's a nice green room. Here, wave this green stick around.
Yeah, I fully agree with you.
I don't want to do
Like
that.
a good example of
I don't know what I was listening. I thought it was
of
listening.
amazing practical effects. Can you think of one off the top of your head?
Mad Max.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's
Star
the one.
Wars?
Oh yes, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, we'll do a review on that one as well.
Definitely do a review of that.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now this is the segment where we plug ourselves.
Yeah. So
Look at that.
You can.
Focus. This is not. This is not.
It's not
Auto. Autofocus. And I'm back here. Okay. No. So this is the prize we won. Taranaki City winner 2015. Camera shot for the 48 hours, and I didn't expect it, but yeah, it was exciting. Cue cut to footage of us winning, but we were really excited. I didn't expect it.
Yeah. So
Plug. Watch our film.
yeah, watch our film Beatdown.
Look right here.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Perfection is the enemy of good. Why am I... No more carbonated drinks during podcasts. Yeah. Perfect is the enemy of good. Good is good enough, in other terms. I guess... You're never going to have perfect, so good is good enough.
Okay.
Next week's podcast, we will bring you an argument about Ant-Man, probably. And about how much I hate it.
Even though he hasn't seen it.
This
Cool,
is
exciting technology coming up.
Camera Child out. Amateur Film. High five me, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so if you liked the video, just like it. And if you want to see more of this, subscribe.
We're going to figure out how to put this on iTunes as well.
Yeah. So if we've figured out how to put it on iTunes, there'll be a link in the description to get to that.
Yeah, if you're listening on iTunes, there'll be a link in the show description, show notes, to our YouTube channel and website.
Sweet.